Over the last 2 summers, Manchester United have spent £108.5 million on new strikers, £36.5 million on Joshua Zirkzee, and £72 million on Rasmus Haaland. Now, while he had a slow start last season, the Dane showed real glimpses of quality towards the end of the campaign, and while it's still early doors this year, the Dutchman has also impressed here and there. That said, while these young forwards are promising, it does not feel like either one will ever be prolific enough to challenge Manchester City's goal-scoring monster, Erling Haaland. However, the good news for Erik ten Hag, if he can stay in the job for a few more years, is that the club looks set to land an exciting youngster who looks like he could potentially put up numbers akin to the Norwegian in the future, and he's been compared to Victor Osimhen to boot. Erling Haaland's incredible form. United fans might not like the man for fairly obvious reasons, but there can be no denying that as a pure out-and-out goal-scorer, nobody in the world is better than Haaland. The Norwegian superstar has dominated defenses wherever he's played, racking up 26 goals and assists for Molde, 36 for RB Salzburg, 109 for Borussia Dortmund, and, as things stand, 111 for City. Moreover, at just 24 years old, he could maintain this sort of form for the best part of a decade. And considering he has already scored 6 goals and provided 3 assists in just 7 games against United, that's not going to be music to the ears of Sir Jim Ratcliffe and company. The good news, however, is that over the summer, the club managed to convince one of the most exciting young strikers in the world to join the project at Old Trafford. And while there are some complications at present, he looks like he could develop into a lethal number 9 akin to Haaland. Yes, the youngster in question is former Arsenal Academy star Cheeto Obi Martin, who left the Gunners this summer before accepting an offer from United, per transfers expert Fabrizio Romano. However, due to his age and the role the Gunners played in his development, the move has not yet been ratified. According to the Manchester Evening News last week, United are now awaiting approval from the Premier League, but for all intents and purposes, Obi Martin will be moving to Manchester this year, where he is expected to make occasional first-team appearances. Now, that might seem a little preemptive for a 16-year-old, but the Danish poacher is no typical youngster, as during his time with the North Londoners, he looked practically unstoppable, even scoring a mind-blowing 10 goals in one game for their youth side. Those are numbers not even Haaland can top. For example, in just 24 appearances for the various youth sides last season, the sensational striker scored 32 goals and provided 3 assists, equating to an average of 1.45 goal involvements per game, which sounds an awful lot like Haaland numbers. Moreover, if his incredible record isn't enough to convince you of his quality, then you only have to listen to analyst Ben Madison, who described him as Osimhen 2.0. Obi Martin's 23-24. Appearances, 24. Goals, 32. Assists, 3. Goal involvements per match, 1.45. All stats via Transfermarkt. Madison claims that this comparison stems from the Glostrup-born gem's aerial dominance and his impressive strength for someone so young. Ultimately, not only is Obi Martin a youngster putting up Haaland-esque numbers in the youth teams, but he's also been compared to one of the other leading strikers in Europe over the last few years. What more could you want?